Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Small Brain Gang, where we do only small brain things. And this is the Small Brain Podcast, baby. Welcome back, everyone. We are your hosts today. My name is Ronan Maverick. Along with me is my partner and my buddy from another duddy, Luke Nero.
How's it going, everybody?
It's going pretty good, I'm sure. And welcome to the Small Brain Podcast once again. And today's topic is, I think, a really important one to discuss because it's literally how any streamer gets started, and that is, I want to start streaming. Where do I start?
Yeah, very important one. We've all been there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And honestly, to answer your question of where do I start, honestly, you just start. You make a Twitch account and you get on your computer, your phone, your Xbox, PlayStation. I think even your Switch can stream now, right?
Yeah, you can stream from almost any console or computer, or even just go just chatting on your phone.
Yeah, true. You can just go, you can do just chatting on your phone, which is just you hanging out. They're called IRL streams, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Because we've done a couple.
Yeah, I've actually, while I was on the Twitch app on my phone for when my power went out, and I went live on my phone, it had an option to go live and play a mobile game from your phone, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool. I might have to start doing that with
Right?
some of my games on my phone. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, just make a Twitch account and just go live. That's all you got to do. And congratulations, you're a streamer now. You may just be starting, but you're streaming nonetheless.
Yeah, and that's just the first step. There's obviously a lot more we're going to go into, but honestly, the biggest thing is just to have your first stream. That's where we've all been, where we're like, we want to stream. Oh, I want to stream. Just your first stream is the hardest. Well, not the hardest, but your first stream is the one that gets you through the door. And then there's so many opportunities from there on out.
And starting that first stream is honestly probably one of the most difficult things to do, because even if you just made your Twitch account, you're like, I want to go live. But then you start thinking to yourself, like, well, what if nobody comes to my channel? What if nobody comes and talks with me? What if nobody likes my content? You just start digging yourself into this mental hole of, oh my God, I'm not going to be good at this. And then a lot of people never start.
Yeah. I mean, that stopped me for a long time. I mean, you even said that you stopped for a long time before you did.
Yeah. I streamed, or I started my channel, probably 7, somewhere between like 7 to 9 years ago. I can't actually remember. It was when Twitch was like kind of freshly new. I'm not sure when they actually started, but it was pretty new. And I started, and then I was like, I literally just went, I'm not good at this. I'm just going to be done. I'm just going to give up and move on because I'm not good at this. I'm never going to make this into anything.
Yeah.
And then I moved up to the Pacific Northwest where I live now, and I met Luke, and he was like, and I literally just streamed like we've discussed in previous episodes, and now look where we are now.
Yeah. So much growth. Can you believe that we only known each other for like 2 months? Do you know the amount of growth we both had in the last 2 months?
Has it really only been 2 months?
Yeah. It was a month before I graduated from school. Wasn't it in March? Or April? Somewhere
in there, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
So it's only been a few months.
That's crazy.
Right. But how much growth have we both had on our channels?
Dude, now that I think about it, that's crazy. I went from double digit followers to like 280 now in just a couple months.
Right. Power of the small brain gang, networking.
Power of the small brain gang.
Networking is important. Yeah. And honestly, like, my first stream I ever had, I was actually forced to do it, and it wasn't from my own channel. I remember I've talked about before the Dad's of Destiny or the Uprising Family Gaming.
Right, you brought them up before.
Yeah, we were doing a charity live stream for Operation Supply Drop, which I really want to get back into, is doing charity streams. I just want to get a little bit bigger. And so they needed people to volunteer to have the Twitch channel running for 48 hours straight. And I signed up for a segment, but I didn't have anything to stream on besides just like from my Xbox. So they gave me all the login information. I logged in my Xbox, started streaming from Twitch. I got so much backlash because I didn't say a single damn word for 2 hours. I was too nervous to say anything. I just typed in a link on my phone, and that's all I did, just play Destiny. That was it was terrifying. But then, after a while, I wanted to get back into it, and so my first official streams, I think I have one video saved on my channel, is I was playing Prototype 2. My absolute favorite game I've ever played in my life, Prototype 2. That's where I met Call Me Rab, my very first follower.
I know Call Me Rab.
Yeah, he's my very first follower. But honestly,
that's awesome.
From that day to now, if I didn't start streaming just Prototype 2, I wouldn't have ever started because it was too scary. And I'd think, oh, I don't have anything. But just start. And then the rest you can work on.
Right. And it's all work. You just have to break that wall of nerves that you put up for yourself. You just got to break that down, and then from there you can chisel away the little nooks and crannies to kind of build the wall up how you want it to be built. Or build, not a wall, but stairs. Well, you're building stairs for yourself.
Yeah. Or like whittling. Like you can't start doing the fine-tuning stuff before you cut down the branch. Cut down the branch.
Right.
Take off all the rough parts,
exactly.
Then do the finesse little tuning afterwards.
When you get in there and you sand it and you polish it up, make it look all nice.
Get someone else to paint it if you can't paint.
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out is, yes, just pick something and start with it. So, yeah. But if you're gonna pick something to start streaming for your first time, why not make it something that you're already passionate about in your life and your hobbies, whether it be video games, painting, writing, music,
cooking. I mean, even just freaking eating. There are so many channels on Twitch of people just eating. I didn't even know. I found that out recently. There's just like the mukbang things, whatever they're called, where they just get a bunch of food and eat. I want that.
Okay, I'm rebranding my channel now to a strictly eating stream. Operation Fat Brandon is back on track, baby.
Yeah, I mean, even just like, hot tub streams is a thing, and they're a successful thing. You're telling me you can't sit in a hot tub and go live? Doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl. I've seen some men do hot tub streams, and it was okay.
I think I have a new thing. I want to do that thing where people, rednecks, I'll say it, we're Pacific Northwest. We got a lot of
rednecks.
We're rednecks. Where we take our lawn chairs out to a busy road with a cardboard sign that says, "You honk, we drink," and we just sit there and just chatting and
just have
a roadside beer drinking stream. That would be awesome.
Would we do that on 41? Let's do it.
41? What's 41?
Highway 41? I'm not doing that on 95. No, we would die.
No, yeah, for sure.
We would die.
Sure. Yeah. We'll pick. Yeah.
41 Plus seems more manageable.
Yeah, definitely. And it has to be a place where we can actually just sit off the road so our stream doesn't just get plowed by an 18-wheeler.
Oh man, that's content.
That's content, baby. But find something you're passionate about and then share it with the world. That's the base of it, is just do something you love and then share it with the world. It doesn't cosplay, anime, movies, anything that you're passionate about. That's all streaming is just sharing it with people out there that also like whatever you like.
100%.
No, you said it.
We need a drink every time I do that.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody take a shot every time we say 100%.
New drinking game. Every time we say 100%, you have to take a drink.
We're trying to break this habit.
Another question to ask yourself is, what do you want out of streaming?
Yeah.
That's a big question to ask yourself and then be able to answer that, because especially if you're first starting out, you don't know. You don't know where you want it to go. Do you want it to be just a casual, hobby where you go to work all day, come home, chill out for a bit, and then start a stream up with your community and just have a good time? Or do you want to build it up as a career?
Yeah, those two are very different in what you do for your practice. Like if you're wanting to be a business, you treat it like a business. If you're at work 40 hours a week, you want to put as much time as you can into building a business. Where if it's just a casual hobby, you still make it the best quality you can, but it's just a lot less pressure on it. You're not going to grow as fast if you treat it like a hobby. You're not going to have, not going to make
which partner. Is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. Like me and Ronan, I'm personally treating it a little bit more like a hobby that pays for itself right now, just because I'm so busy and looking for a better job. Once I have a job, I can get a stream schedule. I'm going to treat it like a career. And Ronan's kind of treating it a little bit more like a career, I would assume, I think.
I guess you could say the long-term goal is yes. I would love for this to become a career. But as of right now, I'm still in the hobby side of it where off stream, I mean, I put work into it, but I don't put a full 40 hours of a work week into my channel.
So I guess me and Ronan are both in that transition between the casual hobby to making this a career. We're transitioning towards that point. We're doing things like this podcast, for instance. It's going to help grow our channel. And we're not going to pretend like it's not.
I was about to say, that's kind of, I would say the transitional period, definitely, because you're right. We are taking time out to make this podcast, and that's one step in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah, and several times a week we talk about different equipment and different upgrades, different commands, different games. Like, we are taking it and doing it more of a career. For me, I don't see it as likely as for Ronan to make it big because, you don't have kids. That's just a huge chunk of my day. If Ninja is listening, hey Ninja, how's it going, bro? And he just raised me one day, and I all of a sudden get 10,000 followers, and all of a sudden I'm up to 100 viewers per stream randomly. Like, yeah, I legit talk to my wife. Hey, can I have 6 months to try to make this a career? Just give me 6 months. I'll dedicate all day to this, But for right now, I just can't. I just don't have energy for it. I can't. So, we're in that transitional period, and it's okay if you're on one side or the other or in the middle. It's just, depending if it's just be a casual hobby, then yeah, just stream whatever you enjoyed. But if you're treating it more like a career, there's a lot more things that go into it to really get that quality up. Right.
Things to think about when you're in the hobby area or in the transitional period is you also have to think of, if you want this to be a career, then you have to put in the work. It's a whole different world, whereas a hobby, there's less stress on you as the streamer to push out content, to make sure you're on a streaming schedule and you're there every single day on that streaming schedule. There's a lot less pressure if it's just a hobby. When it's just a hobby, it's just something fun that you like to do, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be live today, and hey, let's have a community night, or whereas when you run it as a business, you're like, okay, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, those are my stream days, and I'm gonna stream for 8 hours, maybe 10 hours a day. And then on the off days, you're like, hey, I have to work on my stream. I have to upgrade, and I have to schedule things out and do ads and promotions, and there's just so much more to it when you think about it as a business.
Absolutely.
Which definitely comes to our next topic here, I guess. A lot of people ask, like, oh, I can't start streaming because I don't have the spaceship of computers that can be built in this day and age. Oh my God. Like the 3080s.
Oh man,
let's just talk about those for a minute.
I want I can't, why? I want one so bad.
I know. Everybody does. Because, and here's why everybody wants it. Yes, it's the newest, latest, and greatest. That's what it is. And they're right. It is the greatest graphics card out there to date. Because it's the newest.
Well, the 3090 is better.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, they come out. They come out with computer parts, upgraded computer parts, and just better computer parts so fast that it is impossible to keep up.
Oh yeah, the 30 series Super is coming out soon. Right, the next generation's already coming out.
When did that happen?
Well, there's always the 30 series and the Super series, and I believe the TI series comes out next. So I think next spring is the Super series. It was supposed to be this spring, I believe. I think it got pushed till fall or spring.
Right, but I remember not that long ago when the 2080 was the spaceship, and now the 2080 is like, it's a great card. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing card, but it's not a 3090.
No.
And honestly, okay, so I haven't even explained the topic. The topic is, do I need the fanciest equipment to be a streamer?
No.
Short answer, absolutely not. No. You don't need a spaceship under your desk in order to be a streamer.
Yeah. I mean, I was an affiliate on Twitch before I even got a computer.
Wow, really? Wait. Oh, but you played on Xbox, though.
Yeah, I stream from Xbox.
Which is honestly a great thing. If you have a console, that's a perfect way to start because it automatically, updates or links to Twitch. You don't have to worry about all the like OBS setup, all the alerts and stuff. It's all like pre-programmed in there. So you just hit play and you go. So that's a great way to get started.
I eventually borrowed my buddy's like legit 2005 laptop to run OBS. The problem is running OBS on that thing would get too hot. I'd have 3 fans on the computer underside in order to cool it down enough to stream from it.
3 fans and a frozen bag of peas.
And that's what we're talking about. You don't need the fanciest equipment. I mean, there's a giant gap between like the greatest Twitch streamers or content creators and the people just beginning, and that's fine. I was on an Xbox with 2 TVs that I legit had mounted on chairs. My keyboard was on a cajon. If you don't know what that is, it's a little box drum that I own. My keyboard, or not my keyboard, my charging port, everything was on that, and eventually the laptop went on that. But I had like no room for anything. They were on chairs, these TVs, and I still made affiliate. Like, you don't need anything.
Right, that's great. And we learned what a cajon is today. I mean, learn something new every day.
This camera right here, the Logitech C920. I love that
you're holding it up, thinking that people listening to this podcast can actually see it.
Shut up, man. They can see it.
He's just showing it to me.
They can see it in their minds. But this C920, it can plug directly into your console, and you can have a face cam on your console. I had a face cam while streaming just from the Xbox. Just plug this thing in.
Right. That's crazy. So my setup is a medium. I'd say it's a medium tier build right now. It's not the fanciest. I've got a Ryzen 5 processor. I do have a 20. I'm not even running a 2080. I'm running a 2070 supercharge graphics card, which is plenty. I have no lag on my streams, and I can run everything at ultra, and it doesn't lag on my stream. It doesn't lag when I play. It doesn't do anything. I got a basic Logitech webcam. I can't remember what model it was, but it's not a big Sony, cam that's got all the buttons and zooms and different stuff. But it's just a Logitech cam that I have. I have a ring light that I found at Walmart for $10. That I was like, oh, that'll be perfect. And I got to tell you, best $10 I spent for lighting. It's so good. My newest upgrade, which has been a biggest upgrade since I moved up, so about 2 years, is my mic. Before I got my Yeti Blue X, I was just running Razer headset.
Yeah, headset mic
for my streams. Headset mic. And it works perfectly. People can hear you. You may have to adjust like your volumes and stuff, but you can get it to work pretty easily. So I don't have the fanciest build, but it's more than enough for what I need.
And now I'm on the flip side where I have far more than I possibly could ever need.
He's got the spaceship.
I've been streaming for profit, I guess, a lot longer than Ronan has, so I've been able to build up enough monetary value from streaming to upgrade my setup a lot. So like literally I haven't had to pay for pretty much a dime of this. It's been all through you guys, the subs, the donations, and everything, which we're extremely thankful for. But for me, I have the 3900X CPU. I have a 2080. I have, stupid fast RAM. 32 gigabytes of 3200 hertz RAM. 10 fans.
And why?
Why?
Why do you need 32 gigs of RAM?
Well, because
you're only using.
Excuse me.
Maybe 16 of it.
No, because of Minecraft.
Time of the day.
Minecraft takes up. I have to allocate 21 gigabytes of RAM for Minecraft.
That's not true.
No, do you know the shaders I run on mine?
Oh my god! Just play. Oh, that's why. This is why people burn their systems up. Is because they get these spaceships and they're like, I have to run every mod and every shader so that I feel like I am Steve from Minecraft. I have to be him.
Yes.
You don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't.
I do. Dude, I could have like 1,000 tabs open on Chrome if I wanted to.
Why? But see, here's my point. Why would you ever want to do that?
Okay,
why
the
would
real
you ever
reason
need
why
to do that?
The real reason why is I'm future proofing. I'm getting what I don't need now so that if I need it later, I don't have to spend another upgrade. I was buying RAM. Instead of buying 16 gigabytes of RAM now, that's going to cost me like $20 less than what I got, but have to upgrade again later and then spend almost double money. Instead, I future-proofed my device to last me as long as possible without an upgrade. Is that better?
Well, I mean, when you say it like that, it almost sounds logical.
It is logical.
But don't bring your logic into this.
No, I use it for Minecraft. That's it. But then I have like my microphone is the Shure SM7B, which is a far too high a quality of microphone that I could possibly ever use. But hey, it's coming in handy with this podcast.
That's like record label quality studio mic, isn't it?
This is like people like Steven Crowder and I don't know. They use it for like business, everything. Everything uses this mic.
That's crazy.
And then like I won't talk about my monitors. I have 3 really nice monitors, but my lights, like this is gonna hurt you. My lights, I have 2 of the Elgato Light Airs. They're each $180.
And I bought mine for $10.
But hey, I had a tiny little ring light about this bit. Oh, it's about like
again
3 inches wide.
He's holding it
I'm
up like you
sorry.
guys can see it.
It was like 3 inches across. That I had that light for over like 2 years. So like this is all new upgrades that I'm talking about. Before I had a setup very similar to Ronan's, and my newest upgrade that I have gotten is my Sony Alpha 6000 camera.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's nice.
But here's the thing: you heard Ronan's setup, middle of the road. Upper middle of the road. You heard my setup, which is pretty much upper end of things, besides like a 30 series. If you look at our streams, you would not be able to tell a quality difference unless you were looking for one. Your camera does 60. Your camera does 180 at 60. My camera does 180 at 60. Mind you, mine's phenomenally clear. But who's looking that close? And like my microphone sound like phenomenal, but your microphone sounds great. Like, that's what we're talking about here, is that in the short answer...
it's no headset mic.
Yeah, the headset mic did have its issues, but, like, it wasn't bad, you know?
Right.
Like, your quality 10 times overnight when you got that new microphone. But the short answer is no. You don't need the fanciest equipment. I mean, Ronan just upgraded from a headset mic, and he was doing great. Affiliate, making content, doing well, getting good numbers. Have great equipment, and I'm doing just as good. You don't need the best equipment. That's the short answer, is no.
Now, I mean, that was kind of a long answer.
Yeah. But the long answer...
on our layout, it says the long answer, which you just heard the long answer for the no answer. But also, yes, if you want to be more of a business and actually be competitive in the streaming industry, then... yeah, you're going to need to do some upgrades down the road, for sure.
Yeah. If you're wanting to be competitive, you have to have competitive quality, equipment, content, time streamed. You are literally in a capitalistic environment where you have to do what everyone else does, but better and faster and cheaper in order to make it. And that's where it's kind of rough where me and Ronan are right now. We can't get to that level at the moment, but we're working our way up that ladder. Every day we're getting better. Every day we're growing.
Exactly. And even just making, small steps. You don't have to go out and buy, spend $4 or $5 grand on your entire setup at once. If you start small and you just make little steps up the road, like what I'm doing, because I don't have that kind of money to just go and fling out for a new a spaceship setup, is make steps. I just bought a mic I found it on sale even for $140, I think it was, when it's originally like $180. Just found it on sale for $140. Picked it up, and so I'll run for this a bit. And then my next upgrade might be a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road. But those are all steps in getting that better equipment in order to compete in the industry.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I made baby steps. Like this microphone, like you've pretty much seen it exclusively, but it's new. It's only about 2.5 months. It's just right before I met you, I got this mic. Mm-hmm. So this mic is new, and then 2 months later, I was able to get my Twitch payouts, so I was able to get the camera and my lights, and also I got a bunch of birthday money, which was great. But
yeah, you did.
I was using a Yeti mic for over 2 years. Like, small upgrades up, but phenomenal leaps in quality, and that's what you want. Those leaps in quality.
Hey,
never settle.
By the way, my birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
In 7, 6, 5, 4, 4 days. 4 days.
Do you want a Shure SM7B?
I don't know what that is.
It's my microphone.
Oh, I just got the Yeti.
I'm just joking.
Let me love my Yeti for a bit, man. Good Lord.
Do you want to hurt for a little bit?
No, why?
Okay, your microphone was $140.
Yeah.
My Shure SM7B alone was almost $500.
Oh my God.
This stand that it's on right now is $180. And then
you guys don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this. This is a caution. So my Foresight Scarlett, I actually plug it into for this mic, is $200. So we're looking at almost $1,000 for my mic setup. Now, those listening at home, this is a great thing you can do. Do you hear Ronan talking and you hear me talking? You guys can hear a quality difference, but is it $1,000 difference?
Right.
That's the main thing. Is it $1,000? If it's not $1,000 difference, stick with the Yeti as long as you can until you're like at the point where you're like, I can comfortably afford this to upgrade.
Right. And there's literally our tech daddy Fouts. When I first got my Yeti, he linked me in a YouTube video that's like taking this $60 mic and making it sound like this $1,000 mic. Can you tell the difference? And they walk you through all the settings and stuff to change to make your $60 mic sound at least up to par or just underneath that $1,000 studio mic. So there's ways that you can work around having to spend that kind of money.
Yeah. So I guess long and short answer is no, you don't need fanciest equipment unless you're at the point where you're like, I'm dedicating this to a business, then go ham. What you can afford. Do not go outside your means.
Yes. We're not telling you all to sell your house and your car and your kids.
I mean, if anyone's buying kids, I have 3. I'm just kidding. So one more thing before we move on to the next topic is for newer streamers, this is very enticing. This is something that people fall into. It's a trap. It doesn't work. Do not follow for follow.
I repeat, do not follow for follow.
Follow for follow is a trap. You may get 60 followers in a day, and you may follow 60 followers in a day, but guess what? You didn't gain a single of. You didn't gain one viewer. Your number of followers don't matter. If I have 200 followers and 200 viewers, I'm still making partner. Well, I think you need 1,000 followers for partner. That was a bad example. But still, you don't need more followers. You need more viewers. So follow for follow doesn't work. It doesn't benefit anybody. There's a bunch of people out there who thinks it does. It doesn't.
What you really need, which that doesn't offer, is that returnability of viewers, which we discussed in last week's episode.
Which if you haven't listened to, you should go back and listen to it. It was a great episode.
You should definitely go back and listen to it. But it's creating that relationship with your viewers. You're not just boosting the number. You need people to come back is the big thing for that follow. And it doesn't happen.
No.
It just doesn't. All it does is it boosts, if you're doing it on TikTok, Twitch, whatever, it just boosts whoever sent you that link. It boosts their numbers.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all it does.
So don't fall for that.
Hey, Luke, what's next on our list here?
The next thing is that after you've established your equipment, you've streamed for the first time, you have to then go out and start doing things we mentioned in the previous episode. We won't touch too heavily on these, but you want to build connections with smaller streamers like you, grow together, build together. You want to network. You want to be on other platforms which help this is for people who are taking it more seriously, not those necessarily who are just doing it as a hobby, but it still helps. But be on other platforms, make yourself known, and start growing that way. We talked about it last week. Go and listen to it. It was great. But if you decide to go big, treat it like a job.
Treat it like that job. That 40 hours a week, 8 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever you think is a regular job, which would be 40 hours for a work week, a standard work week. You have to put that time in.
Yeah. And dress for success. When I say dress, I mean have your whole overlays, your persona, your online presence be what you want your job to be.
Right, but so the persona thing, yes, but doesn't that also contradict what we said earlier about being yourself?
What I mean by persona is not necessarily be fake. It's be yourself to your maximum. So like me, I'm a very energetic, happy guy. And so I am very energetic, happy guy to my maximum that is within my range. I'm not the bouncing off the wall like, oh my gosh, throwing my chair across the room. But I laugh and I'm myself to my fullest ability. On my online presence, on my TikToks, on my Twitch.
You throw a chair across the room one time and you can never live it down.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you Sheltered Cinema.
Sheltered Cinema. Okay, Luke. Welcome to Sheltered Cinema, where we make fun of Luke Nero because he's been sheltered pop culturally his entire life.
I wouldn't say that's true. I enjoy movies. I just haven't seen a lot of them. They don't interest me as much as other people.
Hence, Sheltered Cinema. I will make references and I'll quote movies, animes, TV shows, songs. He's actually pretty good at music, but then he's like, I've never seen that. I don't know what that's from. And I'm like, how have you not seen? It's a staple.
An example was last week. You made a reference to Caddyshack, and I had no idea what it was.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, he's never seen Caddyshack.
I don't know what that means.
I can't believe you've never seen Caddyshack. But so he has seen a few movies, which I'll give him credit for. He has seen Pulp Fiction, one of the greatest movies of all time.
It came out the year I was born, and the month I was born.
That was a great year then, minus you, but
oh fuck.
But so he's seen some good movies, but today we have a couple on starting off, The Fifth Element.
Never even heard of it.
Oh my god, dude! It's a staple in sci-fi cinema.
What is it?
Bruce Willis.
Oh, I like
plays.
It.
Yeah, Bruce Willis. Super young Bruce Willis too. Super young, super hot Bruce Willis.
Is this like Armageddon style Bruce Willis, like era?
No, older.
Older.
Young Bruce Willis.
Okay.
And it's all sci-fi and it has Mila Jovovich, I believe her name is, who played Alice in Resident Evil.
I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games.
He also hasn't seen Resident Evil movies. Oh my god.
Oh, no. They're movies? I didn't know that.
Oh, geez. This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. Where I just want to talk about great things that have happened in pop culture history. And I can't. I have nobody to talk to about this, and it stuns me.
The first rated R movie I ever saw, I was 19. Not because of my family or anything. I just had little interest in movies.
Which is crazy, because I think I grew up on rated R movies.
No, legit. First rated R movie I ever saw was Shutter Island on my honeymoon at 19.
Wow. That's crazy. But he hasn't seen The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich, a staple in the community. What about the second one? It's a comedy, so you may have seen it with Damian Wayne, Major Payne.
No.
You've never seen
Is that the one with the drill sergeant yelling at people in the line that I see memes of all the time?
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen it.
That's from, you know?
Never seen it.
You know, where he walks up to the deaf guy and he goes, "You stupid, you ignorant, you just plain old deaf." The kid comes out like, "Yes, sir. Actually, he is deaf." Oh, thank you. Now drop down, give me 25 more for speaking out of line.
I haven't seen it. Nope.
Great comedy. It's one of my favorite movies.
Let's watch it together.
I love comedy movies. I have 4 copies of it on DVD and Blu-ray.
Why?
Because my mom forgets that she gets me this movie every year for Christmas. So the next year, I just get another copy.
That's amazing.
I don't know why this is some tradition in our household for Christmas, but I have 4 copies of Major Payne. I have 2 or 3 copies of Army of Darkness.
What's that?
One of them is the Screwhead edition, so that's nice. Anyway, I've a lot of the same movies. And then the Jim Carrey one, which I was talking to you about earlier, The Number 23.
Wait, I thought 23... Wait, isn't that a horror movie?
It is a horror movie.
Jim Carrey's in it?
I think it's one of the only Jim Carrey horror movies that he's ever done.
No, I haven't seen it.
And when I watched it, oh my God. Because I've known Jim Carrey for all of his comedy roles in like Ace Ventura's, The Mask, all of his comedy roles, some of his serious roles like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I think he was in that. Pretty sure. But he goes dark, super dark, and oh my god, he just blows it away. And it's one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies of all time. The fact that you haven't like
Ronan.
The number 23 isn't a staple. It's just a great Jim Carrey movie that I think everybody should see.
Ronan, you mentioned a movie, and I also haven't seen that one.
I'm assuming it's Ace Ventura.
I haven't seen Ace Ventura.
Oh my god. I can quote Ace Ventura's, both of them.
Like a glove.
See, and that's another thing he does is he knows one line from it, and he'll quote it, and I'm like, no, you don't get to say that because you haven't seen it, and you have no idea what you're talking about. Just shut up.
I've seen that clip. My wife loves Ace Ventura. I've just never seen it.
Oh yeah, but you have to watch the movie. Here's the thing: you have to watch the movie to understand the quotes, to understand the clips.
I saw the clip. He swings into the parking slot and slams the door like a glove. I've seen the clip. I just haven't seen the movie.
So that should make you want to go see the movie. Take some time out of your week and just watch one movie a week. That's it. That's all I ask.
I watch far more YouTube than I watch movies,
which is bananas.
Yeah,
I love YouTube and everything, but and there are times where I have to watch a show on YouTube. I can't just watch like
PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Cinnamon Toast Ken, Markiplier, Wisp, the Sidemen Crew, KSI. All those, I watch them daily.
See, and when I go on YouTube, I watch a lot of shows like, they literally just left, like, Epic NPC Man. Or...
Ooh, Linus Tech Tips. I also watch Linus Tech Tips.
Okay. Like Epic NPC Man. That other one they have where they're at work at the tech store. I can't remember what it's called, and I'm really hating myself right now.
I have no idea.
I watch that. I watch, Critical Role. I have to watch a show. I can't just watch like tech videos or like game tutorial or run-throughs. Those are...
well, they're fun. Like Wisp did one recently where it's Minecraft, but all the ores are drinkable. So you take a bucket to an ore and drink it, and it'll give you a superpower for a short time. It's funny. It's fun.
That's okay. See, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'd watch that, but I wouldn't like go out of my way and watch it. Anyway, that has been Sheltered Cinema, and we all hate Luke for not seeing these movies.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program. So, you started streaming. You have your idea if you want this to be a hobby or a career, and you have your equipment. What do you do next? What is the next thing? Don't stream. Make content. I mean, people could be asking, like, oh, isn't streaming making content? And it's like...
But, Luke, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Pray tell.
Isn't streaming making content? I mean, it sure can be, but more often than not, when I pop onto someone's stream, I don't see content. I see someone playing Battlefield. I see someone playing COD. I see someone playing Apex. They're not doing content. And content is what people look for to be entertained. Like, they can't, if they upload their video to YouTube, it wouldn't be entertaining. You are an entertainer. You are selling yourself as the product, not necessarily the game. So, look at what other platforms are doing. Look at TikTok clips.
I think we've touched on this on the previous episode as well, where you want your Twitch gameplay to be YouTube-ready content.
Yeah, where there's not a moment where it's silent or not entertaining. Now, we're not talking about being over the top. Don't get me wrong, it is successful on Twitch in some categories, but like not just being like a character all the time, but like look at Jacksepticeye. This is a perfect example. Jacksepticeye is a hilarious, loud Irishman who loves his dirty bean water, right? And have you ever watched his live streams? His live streams are exactly like his YouTube videos. The entire time, his commentary, I'm on the floor laughing. None of it's edited. It's a 4-hour stream, and I feel like it's a 4-hour YouTube video. 100% of his stream is content. Where you could clip any point of his stream, and it's YouTube worthy, TikTok worthy, anything. It's hilarious. And so that's what we mean by stop streaming, start content creating. Look at TikTok clips, look at YouTube videos, look at walkthroughs, speedruns. What do they all have in common? They are producing a product. The product isn't the game, the product isn't the stream, it's the content they're doing.
For sure. And that's a good way to research, especially if you're just starting out streaming. Like, well, what's the difference between streaming and content creation? Just get out there and look at TikTok, look at YouTube videos. Those are and then go to Twitch and watch live streams. You can definitely tell the difference between a live stream on Twitch versus a YouTube ready content stream on Twitch. It's very different.
So when you look at someone who's streaming and not content creating, what are they doing? They are just playing a game. And they're not engaging. They're usually pretty quiet. And you don't have to be the best at a game to have good content creating skills.
Right. And I was going to say the same thing. They're just sitting there playing the game. But talk about what you're doing in the game. Make fun of the NPCs in the game you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're playing a zombie game, be like, oh man, this bitch is coming up to shag me or whatever. Yeah. You know, make comments and stuff like that about whatever game you're playing.
I want to let you guys in on a little secret. I've watched enough YouTube to know a lot of the funniest videos you'll see on YouTube are usually staged. Not to the exact point of being scripted, but to the point of where they set themselves up for content. You can do that too. You can do that too. Like,
oh no, say it isn't so.
It's a lot of it is staged because it's entertainment. We're in the entertainment industry. We're not in the hey, I want 1,000 people to watch me be good at it. Okay, I'm excluding Shroud from this. I don't feel like Shroud is a good content creator. Shroud is the best video game player. Shroud is in that niche where he's been successful for being the most accurate person out there. But watching his streams, I don't feel entertained. If that makes sense.
Right. You watch it. Yeah, it makes sense. And you're right. It is that fine niche of content where some people out there are the
greatest
God tier just game player.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them in shooters, plenty of them in RPGs. They're just the best at that niche of game.
Yeah. But that's like, I was watching a video today of when Shroud plays, when he plays Valorant, I think he gets like something like 46,000 people watching or something crazy like that. But when he plays Apex, a game he enjoys with his buddies, he gets 16,000. Because people are there to watch him be good at Valorant. They're not watching him to have good content. If you look at Jacksepticeye, it doesn't matter what game he plays. Everyone's there. Why? Because he's just nonstop content. Markiplier, I mean, even like Lord Minion 666, they're all content their entire stream.
Right, and those are the big dogs of content creation.
Yeah,
you keep bringing up big names like all those guys, but there are a lot of small streamers out there as well that are so good at making content. Lackadaisical, one of the guys I followed and have built a relationship with. He's one of those metalhead kind of over the top. Ragey kind of players, but his content is great because he's got that energy to just back it up, and they're so good.
Look at One Hit Wonder, Mad Dog Grogan. I mean, I would even say Ronan. Ronan is phenomenal content too. There's rarely a moment we're not talking, not laughing when we play.
Right, and that's even when we're playing solo. When we're playing solo, if we're not streaming together, we're still just active in our game. Talking to in RPGs they give you a script if you just give NPCs a voice. Just do a voice. Like you walk up to a dwarf and he goes, "Hello, what can I do for you?" And then you go, "Oh my, you're such a stout dwarf. Would you please repair my armor?" That kind of stuff is pure gold content.
Set yourself up for content. Like if you're building in Minecraft, you could build safely and build like 3 blocks wide a bridge across the nether, or you could build a 1 bridge across. And if you fall off, it sucks, but you've made content. You're not intentionally trying to fall off. You're not intentionally trying to screw up, but you're setting yourself up for if this does happen, it builds up that suspense. Like, set yourself up for content.
Right. Another thing you can do is just tell stories about yourself.
Yeah.
tell funny stories that have happened in your life. Like, I've done so many times where I'm playing a game and it reminds me of like a time in my personal past that I'm like, oh, dude, this reminds me of that time when I came home with a pocket full of rattlesnakes and didn't die. 100% fact, by the way. And if you want more stories like that,
follow us on Twitch.
I got him. Follow us on Twitch.
Funny stories. Like, you can even set up a funny skit. Like, there's a lot of Twitch streamers that do like the surprise thing, getting a surprise pie in the face, but like they didn't plan that.
Like, they didn't plan it.
Also, if you're just starting out and you don't have the biggest community or enough resources or creative instinct naturally, you can just set up funny punishments on your Twitch. I mean, there's Bean Boozles for a reason. That's content. That drove my content for a year, if not more. Was me literally almost throwing up on camera, eating handfuls and handfuls of Bean Boozles. It's content.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
And comedy. Comedy is another great way. Just be funny. If you don't think you're funny, you'd be surprised on what... Because I don't think I'm very funny.
Yeah, but looks like
I honestly don't. But it's crazy what our small brain gang community and what my viewers think is funny.
Yeah.
Because I just do things and they're just cracking up and I'm like, oh, what, okay, I guess I'm funny now. And the biggest thing I can say about comedy, because I used to want to be a comedian, and then I got a chance to actually go up on stage to tell a couple of jokes, and I absolutely bombed to dead silence.
I want to hear this.
Absolute crickets. And if you want to hear that story, come ask me about it, and I'll tell you, because it's super
I don't want to hear that story. I want you to find your written down jokes and tell them live.
Oh, I didn't have written down jokes. I had them all in my head.
I want to hear them all.
I have them.
Okay. Next stream. Let's do it.
Okay.
Bet. And so, how do you make content? Like, it's easy for us to say, make content, be funny, but how do you do that? Easiest way, monetized on what you're good at. Like, if you're really quick-witted, be quick-witted. If you're not so quick-witted, but you can, make funny voices, make funny voices. If you can't make funny voices, you're not quick-witted, but, you're very unlucky, monetize on your unluck. Like, you don't know how many times I just die stupidly in Minecraft, and that became a whole thing.
Death counter. Death counters are great
death
for that.
counter. So whatever you're good at, whatever comes naturally, monetize on that, and that builds up your confidence and builds up your skill in that specific niche, and then you can adapt that and grow that as you go.
Right, and all that's, again, is going to come down to your nerves. Like I said, I don't think I'm funny. Even if you don't think it's funny, give it a shot. See how it works with your community. See how it works with your viewers. And then you can see, the reaction and be like, oh, okay, well, this worked. Let's try and build up on that. And one thing I wanted to say is a joke doesn't, as long as you laugh at whatever you're monetizing on or whatever your joke you're saying, then it's funny. It's content. Yeah. I don't care if you laugh at it. That joke's for me. I don't care about you.
It's hilarious.
I laughed at Ronan, it, which made it funny.
Me and Ronan are very blessed to have very similar humor, so we just rib each other nonstop.
Yeah, and yeah.
It's hilarious.
Nonstop. To the point where people of our community are like,
do you guys like each other?
We'll get personal messages out, direct messages to us, like, "Hey, are you and Luke okay?" And we're like, "Yeah, why?"
Yeah, we're fine.
Why did he say something, or I don't know what happened. It's so funny because the whole time we're just like,
we're dying laughing.
We just get it. We just understand each other, and we're like, "Yeah, that's cool."
Yeah, it's cool.
It's funny.
But I do believe that's all we had planned for today, dude.
I think so, yeah. Oh, one more thing on the monetizing thing and how to make content. Spend time to promote your content.
Yeah.
Find opportunities, do collabs, find yourself a stream partner like me and Luke have done. That's a really great way. There's plenty of ways to promote your content. Don't go into other people's channels or TikToks or things like that and just start self-promoting yourself, because that's a great way to get your name out there in a bad way.
Yes.
In a very bad way, where people will be like, nope, don't let him follow you. He's coming to my channel, and just spam self-promoted. Just don't let him. And streamers talk to streamers.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So just be careful. If they ask you how your stream was, at that point, you can say, yeah, it was good, and I had fun. That kind of thing. But don't just go and promote yourself all willy-nilly.
Right.
So I guess on that note, we can go ahead and wrap up for today. This has been the Small Brain Podcast. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Be sure to go over and drop us some reviews on wherever you're listening to this, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you found this.
Also our YouTube.
Also our YouTube. We are putting these on YouTube. So leave us comments, ask us questions, give us reviews. Yeah. We'd love to see what you guys think.
And the best way to get in contact with us is actually through our Twitter, Small Brain Gang Podcast. We post every single day, random questions, random polls, and we also do post links to our podcast, and you can find all our information either in the bio of wherever you're listening to this now, or also over on our Twitter as well.
Yes, and from the Twitter, you can also find, from the podcast area, you can find my Twitch link, twitch.tv/Rona Maverick, and Luke's Twitch at twitch.tv/Luke Nero. Those are all going to be down. Also, come join our Gilded. We'd love to get to know you and meet you and probably make fun of you.
But in the kindest of ways. And so if you're going to be coming over to our Gilded, make sure you bring your happy face, because we're just a bunch of little jokers over there. Today was just a great day on the Gilded too. We all are there for each other, and that's the greatest thing. Like, even your brother was complaining about it's being 110 all next week, and we're all like, sucks to suck, it's not hot here.
Yeah, it's supposed to hit triple digits this weekend up here too.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Which is why we're going to the lake.
Join our Gilded. We'd love to see you there. Ask us questions, and we'll be sure to make an entire podcast series if your question is a good one. Don't forget, you guys are the extra most best people I've ever met. This has been Luke Nero, along with Ronan Maverick.
Ronan Maverick!
Peace and blessings. We're out.
Cheers, everybody. We'll see you next time.
When we fall, now we fail. You'll always be